Inspired that I need to go live, and today is one of those days. Grief Inspired is about moving forward and learning how to live with loss. So I want to talk today about grief if you are grieving, and I want to talk about what it means to move forward and be inspired. You know, I have so many people who ask me, why are you in the grief space? Why do you want to help people with grieving? Why do you want to hang out with people who are sad and depressed and crying all the time? And it's a good question. But I don't hang out in the grief space and with people who are grieving because I like the grief. What I like is helping people move forward, is being inspired to change their grief into something beautiful. So let's talk about it. What does it mean to move forward? Well, you can move forward and find hope. That's where we all have to start. If you don't have hope that you can get past your grief, that you can release it, that you can let it go, you're not going to want to do anything. But grieving is an active process. It's about moving forward and learning how to live with your loss. So you can move forward to release guilt. You can let go of pain and hurt. You can let go of anger. These are the things that consume so many people. You can move forward to understand what depression is, because depression is not the same. The depression from grief is not the same as clinical depression. No. It's sorrow and feeling an intense sadness because you've lost someone that you love deeply. We grieve deeply because we love deeply. Let that sink in. Of course you're grieving. We move forward to accept what's happened and to realize they're not here with us anymore. And how are we going to deal with that? We move forward to feel less lonely, to feel understood, to feel worthy, because we are worthy and deserving of happiness. It's a key tenet, one of the mantras of Grief Inspired. We can move forward to feel empowered and to create something new for ourselves. And once you start to move forward and you understand your grief and you start to heal, what happens with grief, and I see it over and over again with my clients, is that you become inspired to do more. So you inspired to find more hope for yourself, hope for things that you never thought were possible. Your life can change as a result of your loss in ways you never thought were possible. You can be inspired to find meaning and purpose. You can be inspired to honor your loved one in incredible ways. You can be inspired to stay connected to them, to develop your relationship with them. Your relationship does not end the moment that they die. It keeps living with you. You carry it forward into your future. You can be inspired to help others in whatever way you decide. You can be inspired to give back. You can be inspired to care for yourself in a way that you've never cared for yourself. You know, we women, we do everything for everyone else. But when we're deep in grief, we need to learn how to put ourselves first. We can be inspired to create a new life that we never saw was possible. The life I have now is nothing like I could have ever anticipated when I lost my son Jackson all those years ago. I am the first person to be grief inspired because grief inspired me to do something different because I didn't want to stay stuck. No one wants to be stuck and miserable and sad and lonely. Do you? Or do you want to move forward? Do you want to be inspired? Lola, I lost my son over Christmas too. Well, he was alive during Christmas, and then right after Christmas, he died. Right? You deserve to be happy. You deserve to move forward and to be inspired by your grief. Your grief means so much. And those who are around you who are not in grief don't understand the relationship that you have with your son, with your parent, with your spouse, with whoever it is that you've lost. And I have a quote for you that's one of my favorite quotes that we need to remember, and we need to recite this every day, honestly, that grief is not a disease or a disorder or a sign of weakness. Grief is an emotional, physical, and spiritual necessity. It is the price that we pay for love. Lola, if you want to do something with the Peace Corps, go and do it and honor your son. Drop his name in here so we know what his name is. You can do it. And I call my business Grief Inspired because I want to inspire you to do that. I want to walk with you on that journey and help you through that. And here's another quote that I want to share with you, because this is something else that I know if you have lost your son, Lola John Ernest Holmes III, do it for him. Do it because you love him. Do it to honor him. Do it to help whoever will be a recipient of the love that you have for him. And here's what I want you to say to yourself. I have endured. I have been broken. I have known hardship. I have lost myself. But here I stand, still moving forward, growing stronger each day. Move forward and be inspired. That is what the process of grieving is. It's not about being sad. It's not about crying those tears. Yes, it's all there. It has to happen. But it's also about finding whatever you can do that's meaningful and purposeful, that makes your life here, because you are the one who's still here, have that meaning. That is what Grief Inspired is. That is what I do. I want to invite you all to join me in the Grief Inspired community on the school.com platform. This is what we do. We talk about ways to move forward. We talk about what inspires us to want to move forward in the first place. And there are times when you're talking on our Zooms that are live and you're interacting with other people who have had similar types of loss. And you say, wait a minute, I never thought that was possible for me. So you find what is possible and then you move toward it. And I can guarantee that you will be a different person within 6 months, within a year. Sometimes people do it overnight. They turn into different people overnight. I've seen it happen. So if you are grieving and you've been holding on to your grief and the pain and you're upset because people are not helping you, newsflash, this is your life. No one is coming to save you, but maybe I am. You help yourself and I will be there with you every step of the way. Move forward. Be inspired. Learn how to live with your loss. You've got this. You can do it. Take action today. Send me an email. Join the school community that I have, Grief Inspired Community. All the links are below. Move forward. Take action. Choose you. Bye for now.